This lesson is about survival. When you are flying your longbow around the battlefield, you represent a serious threat to enemy forces, and they know this. To counter your threat, bad guys around the world have spent a lot of effort coming up with neat and interesting ways to destroy your aircraft. You must learn how to detect, classify, and avoid these threats. And that is what I'm here to teach you today. Take off and fly towards Waypoint 1. On the way, I'll talk about the Aircraft Survivability Systems, or ASE. The ASE consists of several systems. The passive systems include the radio frequency interferometer, which determines the type of the radar, therefore telling you what the threat is. Another passive system is the radar warning receiver, which detects and tracks emitting enemy radars. A laser warning system warns of any laser-guided weapons. Active systems include chaff and flares to spoof incoming missiles, and the ANALQ-144 laser IR jammer, an omnidirectional system that confuses IR seeker heads. For radar jamming, there is the ANALQ-136 active radar jammer, which automatically jams any radar threat. Add to these systems the ability to withstand several hits by 23mm cannon fire, and the longbow is very survivable, but you still need to be careful. The best part of all this equipment is that it is mostly automated, and control and display of information is located in one place, the Aircraft Survivability page. Here, you can turn the radar jammer on and off with the cursor, or you can use the J key. The indicator is in the upper right of the display. You can also turn the IR jammer off and on here, using the I key. The indicator is on the bottom left of the page. The most important information displayed on this page, though, are the threats themselves. A threat is something on the ground that can search, track, and engage you. Due to our intelligence on enemy radars, we can determine a threat's actions by its emissions. That information is then displayed on the ASE page. When a threat begins to engage you, the ASE page will automatically pop up on the right MFD. You can turn off this auto page feature using the Shift A key. When you get to Waypoint 1, we will look at some threats.
SA 8, tracking, 12 o'clock. Triple A detected, 12 o'clock.
Fly to Waypoint 1. Okay, stop to a hover. Now, take a look at your ASE page. See the symbols? Each symbol represents a threat. The number next to the symbol tells what the threat is. A 2-3 is a ZSU-23 anti-aircraft gun. A 2-6 is a 2S6 anti-aircraft system. An 8 is an SA-8, and so on. The rings around the symbols represent the engagement ranges of the threats. If you fly into these areas, you are now in range of their weapons. The symbols and the circles also tell you the activity level of the threat. If the circle goes solid, then the threat has switched from search mode to tracking mode. If the circle goes solid and there is a line drawn to your aircraft, then the threat is tracking you. At this point, your jammer will cut in. Let's watch this happen. Fly towards the first threat so that you go into its engagement range. Now, watch the ASE display as the threat engages you. When he locks on, then your jammer comes into play. You can tell when the jammer is activated by the lightning bolt over your aircraft symbol and the line drawn from your aircraft towards the threat. The AN/APR-39 radar warning receiver has a voice capability that will warn you about threats that are tracking and firing on you. Pay attention to this friendly voice as it can save your life. Since this threat is a ZSU-23 anti-aircraft gun, you can only tell if it is searching or tracking targets. When it wants to fire, it will just open up with all 4 barrels. Let's go to waypoint 2, where we can see some SAM sites. As you go, watch the various threats search for and track you, and listen to the RWR.
SA-6, tracking, 9 o'clock.
Okay, let's watch a SAM site in action. Remember, this is training and they can't hurt you. Turn towards waypoint 3. Look at your ASE display and fly towards the first SAM site, a venerable Soviet-made SA-6. When you get into its range, watch the display. Acts like a gun, right? The difference between an anti-aircraft gun and a SAM is that we know when a SAM fires because its radar goes into launch mode. Fly closer to the SAM site until it launches on you. Notice the ASE symbology. The threat symbol starts to flash, and a symbol for a missile appears, starting to move towards your aircraft. The RWR goes nuts and starts to tell you where it thinks the missile is. At this point, your jammer goes into overdrive and your chaff dispenser starts to automatically eject a cloud of radar reflective aluminum behind your aircraft. Okay, stop to a hover. Okay, stop to a hover. Turn towards the SA-6 launcher and wait for it to launch another missile. Okay, the missile is now heading for you. You can make the aircraft change position faster than the missile can turn. The idea is to make a radical motion and cause the missile to miss. So watch the missile, and when it gets about 5 seconds away from you, slide sideways out of its path. Well, I guess you will need a lot more practice, or you might want to try the second method of missile dodging. Another way to get a missile to miss your aircraft is to drop to the ground and stay still. If you get lower, chances are you can either put something between you and the radar that is guiding the missile, making the missile lose lock on you. There's your cue. Dive, dive, dive. Great, that's the way to do it. When you're done, fly to waypoint 5 and land. When you're done, fly to waypoint 5 and land. Land the aircraft. Go into a hover above the landing spot, drop collective, and land on the ground.